See how perfect it is? That card is, what, 1952? Back in the day, before 1989, baseball was like really more of a hobby, collecting the material. They'd have little meetings at people's houses, and they had a little trade magazine. Some high-graded Mickey Mantle baseball cards. This is from 1956. My collection is really the history of baseball. I can't believe that I did it, you know, plus raising a family, practicing law. I think part of it is there's a genetic value to a collector. You know, you're born to be a collector. I'm a Denver native. I've been collecting sports memorabilia, mostly baseball related subjects, since 1989, and I'm a retired trial lawyer here in Denver, lived here all my life. This is the full ticket to the first All-Star game in the history of the major leagues, 1933. Got to the point where they decided to have a national convention as it grew from a hobby to a hobby and a serious collectible around 1989, when I went to Chicago with my family. And one of the reasons beyond seeing Chicago was to go to a national convention. And I saw all this wonderful material. I mean, baseball bats, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, and baseball cards. And so from there, I guess the best way to say it, I got hooked. Of the famous Honus Wagner baseball card that sells for an enormous amount of money, because when he found out they were making baseball cards in 1909, and they were in cigarette packs, he made them stop producing his card because he didn't want kids to smoke. And I had the ability, because there wasn't a lot of people collecting the way I felt it was worth collecting, because I always thought it would be valuable, not just necessarily monetarily, but historically. So that's, in answer to your question, being ahead of the game. It's like anything else. If you get there first, you get the best stuff. And if you know what you're doing, you get really good stuff. I think the goal is the pride of ownership is one. And as I grew into having a mature collection and realizing its importance, my goal is the preservation of keeping it together, because it's important that people understand not only the subject matter that I collected, but the value of our culture. That's a big deal to me. Baseball really was the beginning of integration of culture, of race. It has a history of bringing our country together. It has a history of civil rights. It has a history of the singular hero, the beauty of the game. To me, it's an art form, and I possess that history. And so my goal is, before I kick the bucket, is to find a way to keep it together so people can enjoy it.